This is
So
a challenging
yeah,
strong
I'll let
point.
you guys handle that,
This is going to
and then
be
Pwn Flakes
a
if you
tough
want to
one.
get that second one up
Um,
for manpower.
there are a lot of things to contend with for both sides that are less than ideal in certain
30
positions.
seconds.
So
Fuck
it's
yeah.
very balanced in the sense that both teams are going to have a hard time on different sections of the map.
10 seconds,
Prepare
the
the
match will
countdown.
begin.
Countdown from 10 now.
Good luck, guys.
Go ahead and get your maps up there, Profano and Dynamite.
Match start, go.
Dynamite, could you just scroll in just a touch on the map and zoom in? Yep, much appreciated. Thank you. So as you can see, it's a pretty balanced approach from both sides, Axis and allies alike. They're sending about an equal distribution across the board. Respectively, I will start with the allies. So we have Baker squad on top, Charlie squad in the middle, and Able on the bottom. And on the Axis, we have Charlie on the top, Baker in the middle, and Able on the bottom. Both have really good markers already placed across the map board, and they're keeping a pretty good pace. There should be 3 good battles just across this play area.
This is a very interesting start. I have yet to see 3 teams actually employ the same opening tactic like this, so we're about to watch 3 separate fights occur. So that'll be good. The Allies have got an interesting start because they kind of need to go uphill to flak, whereas the Axis is kind of going downhill, but there's this hill to the southeast of flak position, directly to the southeast on the other side of that blue road, and control of that hill is going to be huge, because that hill is really where you can see everything. So I imagine, other than the strong point, that hill will be the majority of the fighting.
And the initial engagement has begun. Both sides have not entered the strong point itself, from Charlie on the allies and Baker on the Axis. Both kind of sitting just outside that bend.
Good. Just looking at the Allied stream right now, I mean, great. They're going for a map control, it looks like. They've got a good spread of OPs across the zone. They're clearly going for a wide strategy. This is a long game play.
New garrisons down.
They're taking the time to set up garrisons. They're clearly thinking about a long game.
So matching of the pawns, like in chess, I see a lot of kind of actionary and then immediate equal reactionary actions from both sides. There looks to be about a pretty good spread still across the map. Looking at the top fighting between about equal distribution on either side. Middle forces, it seems like the Axis have the advantage of bodies on the point itself, but nobody's immediately in the strong point cap, which could be the deciding factor.
F.F.U.K is Axis, right?
Yes.
I mean, this is a phenomenal garrison spread they've pulled off. That is great to see. That is a winning strategy right there. They've got garrisons up, basically copying their base spawns inside of the strong point, or inside the sector itself, which is going to make their life a lot easier on this point. So that is a good setup from F.F.U.K.
And to note, I mean, as a bit of a, canary alerting to any presence of any top or bottom flanks along the long backside, give a really good impression. I mean, it's just moving everything up into the play area. It's a really good way to keep things balanced across the map and gameplay area. So you can keep the same amount of bodies just continually dispersed evenly. I do agree. I like that strategy a lot. big portion of Allies forces from the 20th and Easy divisions have started to kind of come around the top point of the hard cap on Flak Pit, whereas the F.F.U.K have taken the conservative kind of middle, but still not a lot of presence heavy in the strong point itself.
Very distributed so far from both teams. They're clearly thinking about map control. Both teams have absolutely gone into this match thinking, okay, this strong point is set up in a way that I need to get map control before I can really clamp down on the strong point. And both teams have elected to do that, which is interesting. Typically, you see one team go for the spear and the other team go for the shield, and you're seeing both teams go for shield plays, which is...
I'm seeing the dynamic kind of turn in a clockwise fashion, where 20th and Easy have actually started to take more of the northern possession, whereas the F.F.U.K have come around the southern part, and it's kind of swirled over. There's a lot more dominance in the Allies up on the northern versus the southern of the F.F.U.K in the Axis.
We got a little bit of resistance up north, but we're doing alright.
Duke, what's the situation
now we're
in the
seeing
middle line on your
Easy
flank?
PZG get onto the strong point here. They're starting to push in. Still wide distribution across the whole sector, but clearly, like they're starting to win some gunfights. They're getting in. The strong point is still nowhere near being capped for either team. This is wide open at this point. This is the first time we've seen this, right? Have we ever seen two teams go this wide?
Yeah, and so literally match up, exactly. I've never seen teams kind of disperse themselves out evenly. It's a really good equilibrium of
If you want to try
both
and
sides.
get Garrison up on top of the hill, we'll
interesting
probably be able to
opening
assist you a little bit more because we're having to
both
lean
teams
more
to
towards
do.
the south side.
This will be a bit of an attrition for sure until
sure.
point is taken, but very
But
interesting.
they don't even seem to care about the strong point. I mean, like, neither team is even that worried about it. They're just fighting around it, which is interesting. I mean,
That emphasis
clearly
on the
are
map
thinking-
control.
Yeah, the map control is really what both teams are worried about right now, which is it's interesting to see two teams do it together. Very, very interesting.
Pone, they're behind you guys.
Typically what you'll see is one team go right in on the strong point. They will stack 12 to 18 and just blitz the strong point. And basically give up control of the rest of the map at the beginning
Enemy infantry
in order
marker
to
down
go
on
for the
the
entire
last
strong
position.
point
I just
and
took
just
a guy
get
out of
map
there.
control, right? Or get sector control right away. But they've opted not to do that. And this is a brawl. This is actually a very interesting, wide open brawl. I see some weaknesses.
Okay, let my guys
South
know
side
that
of
they're trying to wrap
Flak
around that
Pits
south
for
side on top of the
F.F.U.K.
hill, so we're going to
They
try and
really
focus our
don't have
attention a
control
little
of
bit
that
more
hill at all
that
on the
top
south
part,
side.
but we're still going to remain on the strong
They
point.
need to get control of that
Yeah,
hill
we're
if they're going to
heavy
try and
up here,
take
but
this
we're
point and hold it for real. They're getting close on the strong
We
point.
haven't lost
but
anything yet, so we're doing okay.
They've really got to work on the south side hill. North side is still just a wide open gunfight.
Moved up my OP. It was a bad
Both
idea.
teams are just kind of brawling each other on the north. I don't
Yeah,
really
a
see
bit of a
them going
cowboy
anywhere.
action up north, not having a huge influence into the point itself. Looks like it's kind of just attritioning out up top. But yeah, I agree. I think the Southern's going to play pretty crucial. As you can see, 20th and Easy now has a new garrison just south of Flak Pits. That's going to be very, very, very good for them to kind of push straight in north into Flak Pits while maintaining a southern dominance, which is what I think they're trying to keep, is trying to sweep up from that southern point of attack.
And if you look at Easy PZG's stream, you see how you've got Abel on top of that hill there? I mean, he's able to see pretty much all of them. I mean, if he's not getting shot at and he's able to pull out his binoculars, he could basically spot their entire team right
I'm
now.
telling my guys to set up tank traps and everything. We're going to fortify this. This is our
if
goddamn
F.F.U.K
map.
really
We're
wants to
fucking
get
making it our
control,
home.
so now he's just gone down. If they want to get control, they've got to contest that southern hill, because if they get the point and not the southern hill, they're not going to have a good time. It's kind of like a package deal. You got to get both together. The north side is still wide open, which is pretty entertaining. But clearly Easy and 20th PZG and Easy Company are both seeing that they need this south hill control. They're really focusing on that. Whereas F.F.U.K is still kind of really just on a wide line, and they're holding their own. I mean, they really are doing just fine. So this is very interesting.
What are you
Easy's
doing,
down.
Duke? It's working.
Sorry,
Must be
say again.
stuck on one side.
Easy's down. We're having a lot of
How many
stuff
minutes,
push
sorry?
up north.
Roger that.
I'm not in game, so I can't see.
How you guys doing?
Sorry, my comms die?
We're
You're
managing.
fine.
Oh, fuck, I
Oh.
just killed a friendly.
What's the how much time?
Yeah, it's a lot harder up here than it is anywhere else, but we're managing. Probably do with a couple extra bodies in the central.
Still no dominant control on the strong point. I mean, it's a really good meat clump in the
Taking out an outpost. right now.
all around it, but not a heavy press inside of the hard strong point. F.F.U.K does have a bit of dominant, but I'd say it's about equal from
Still
both
pretty
now.
even. 20th and Easy are both getting into the strong point now on the backside of Flak Pits.
Mm-hmm.
They've really kind of gone weak on the north side. I think they're deciding that they
Yeah,
need
if
to
you can
collapse
get
on
a
the
mark,
strong
then
point
it-
now. They're making a
Then
call
I
here
can- then it's easier to direct on.
because they don't want to give up sector control. So it looks like they're kind of committing all in on the strong point. They've only got one player on the very northern side of the map, so that north side is wide open currently.
Yeah, F.F.U.K is definitely keeping their
got knocked
presence
back.
noted on the north,
Hey.
but
Cool.
whereas the
Black circle,
the opposite could be said for the 20th PZG
Bro,
and
try and get
Easy
your OP a bit
group.
closer to the
Definitely
pits.
putting more of a presence on the south.
Yeah,
just
you
took you
can.
down,
So
we
what
had
you're
it on
seeing
the
right
pits,
now
but
is
it was it.
Alright.
Pushed them back a little bit
Easy
in
and
the middle. I
20th
don't know if that'll
clearly
help.
we're getting uncomfortable with how far F.F.U.K were getting the cap, and so they've made the decision that they need to
Just
coalesce on
please
the strong
stay
point
where the
here.
map
And they've
is.
done that
Sure,
beautifully.
I don't lose it. Yeah, no, they've done it really good. They've clearly made a team decision to do that. I'm not listening to
Sorry,
command
Stan,
chat,
he's talking to me.
but I would imagine that's what they said.
Meant for my squad.
Most
Whereas
definitely, you can
F.F.U.K
see now the kind of clam reaction, just on the outer peripheral of Flak Pits by the Axis
Alright,
side, FFUK. They've definitely 20th and Easy have cleared out the Flak Pit. They have just gone all in, eggs in on the Flak Pit strong point, and they've started to reverse the cap, but now at the same risk of losing that southern garrison that's been very crucial to them, which I believe FFUK is putting the pressure on right now from further south.
Dino, can you shift your map slightly up and left, just a teeny bit? Just drag it a little bit. Dino,
Say again?
can you drag your map up and left slightly? A little bit more. Yeah, that's good. Thanks. So now you see FFUK has got pretty good control of that southern hill south of Flak Pit. So, I mean, they clearly are seeing, and they can shoot down from there. I mean, they've got total visibility down into Flak Pits from that position. So they've got a garrison set up base of the hill, right-hand side.
A little bit of a sacrifice by 20th and Easy there by just going all in on the strong point pressure, but relieving their pressure on the southern garrison they have down there.
Although you are
Their only close-up spawn they do have.
Yes, but you are seeing now you've got a squad leader in the very northeast corner that's just set an OP. And if he starts coming down and he starts wiping
And if you
his
look-
spawn behind,
Yeah, man,
If you do check on the axis, Charlie's squad is actually running up to that garrison. It's probably, I don't know, but 50 meters from that outpost.
yeah,
This is
I don't know
interesting.
How did they not see?
How they didn't see that garrison or the outpost.
Not like we're talking
Charlie's squad leads spreading out. He's got an additional 2 players around him. There's probably an engagement here. That outpost is very much.
How did
Yep,
they
it's
not-
wiped.
Oh, there it goes.
And there
How
goes
did they
the
not
outpost.
See that garrison. That's amazing. That garrison was right next to them. I mean, like they could have. Wow. Okay. This is a tough map to see stuff on. I will say
Offsetting
that for the
outpost
record.
marked.
Hill 400 is very, very hard to see things. So it could have just been a situation of like it was hidden well in a tree or something. I don't know. But very, very interesting. I mean,
Guys, we're gonna come into
what,
Black Pits and help
almost
support with you guys.
15 minutes into this match, and neither side has capped yet. I mean, this is a slog.
Duke, probably do with some more of your guys pushing.
This is a
central.
straight up brawl right
See if
now,
you
and
can
this
swing
is
round.
started with a very interesting start from both teams going for a distributed approach to the strong point, and they've pretty much kept it. I mean, 20th and Easy both kind of coalesced because they clearly were uncomfortable with the amount of cap,
On my pick.
and I mean, you're right, it was a sacrifice, but it seems to be working.
They didn't lose their garrison on the south, so I mean, it ultimately did work in their favor. I was kind of hard pressed thinking that they would be able to keep that garrison south of Flak Pits on the Allies, but sure enough, they've regained southern map control and have still dominance on the strong point itself. The same note, I guess they've figured out the presence. The Allies have figured out the presence coming in the northern garrison that. All those players that got rolled out of their outpost getting taken down.
I have to give F.F.U.K a lot of credit here. They have kept this wide line the whole match so far. I mean, they have not given this up. They
Not
still
conceding,
have
no.
all 3 garrisons set up directly inside the sector. It's wild. I've never seen a team actually hold this line for this long. They are not conceding anything. I mean, they almost gave up that garrison north side, and somehow ThePzg did not see that. I don't know how they didn't see that garrison, but they didn't see it.
Well,
So
the
it's
dynamic
survived.
is about to shift here if the Allies can pull off
Correct.
the sweep of Flak Pit.
They're going to have to reset all these spawns, and I don't know. They are not set up to do that. They do not have squad leaders in position, so they're going to lose everything here. If they cap, all of those spawns are gone, and they're going to have to reset, and that is a tactical mistake from F.F.U.K. I don't think they realized that they were going to lose those spawns or they just escaped.
Yeah, guys,
They've got
nice
nothing
work.
now.
Yeah.
And they have no one in
Let's
position
start,
to set up
we're
anything.
going to start getting defenses up.
So they're going to have to come back now from start. Unless that squad leader, Baker, is able to run and get something, which I don't know if he can do that.
Group, Honeflakes, would you guys mind pushing up? I told my guys to fall back and set up a defense.
You can hear now in the command chat from the Allies, they're going to be starting to try and develop out and flushing from the strong point and start to kind of span out a defensive scheme. Meanwhile, F.F.U.K has totally been wiped out of the play area. There's only 3 active players they have, and they're having to regroup out of their base HQ spawns.
How long was that initial brawl there? What was the time on that?
Oh, I reckon probably
17 minutes.
17 minutes. Wow, that's the
Wow.
longest yet.
That is the longest yet. That is an amazing brawl. Wow. So now what FFUK needs to do is they need to reset everything they just had and do it again. Except now they're really going to have to focus the strong point a little bit more and stop playing so distributed. The distributed play was perfect until it wasn't. And
Yeah, but a bit of a gamble to say from the Allies of 20th and Easy. Having seen that pressure coming, they were losing the point initially and then just coalescing straight to the strong point and not losing that southern garrison definitely benefited them in this sweep over. That southern garrison I thought was going to be a goner, but it never did get pinged.
Now, I will say, though,
Oh my guys, get a second to breathe.
this would typically be the chance for the team that has captured the zone to push out, but they are holding position.
Yeah.
They are not pushing out. They are
Keeping
literally
they're keeping the southern defensive wing active, but as you can see, FFUK is kind of sweeping even along the border. I don't know if there's they're missing them there.
North side flank.
If FFUK right now committed their whole team to the north side of this map, they could completely take control.
And look at
of
it now.
the
They're
free
starting to. They've got the northern garrison in place. They might be able to kind of sweep down.
They could do a complete sector control of the 3-row and completely pincer them on the point here if they're not careful. And to their credit, FFUK has actually reset 2 of 3 garrisons in the zone. So they are doing a good job of winning gunfights and getting those spawns up. But I'm curious to know, like, I don't know if FFUK really realizes how concentrated the other team is on the point. If Charlie keeps moving, he's not going to really see anybody. There's nobody over there.
Seeing a
I mean,
little
Charlie
bit of movement on
could
the
literally
north side.
Charlie from FFUK could run all the way to the back line here and not see.
North, northeast, nothing too severe yet.
Curious to see, if they try and do a backdoor garrison, they might actually have to be able to flank something in there.
I mean, I think they're realizing, like, they're probably
Look,
wondering.
see, he's turned around. He's turned.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
might be regrouping for a better assault. I can't tell if there's a support player running to Charlie, but my indication is they might get a garrison right there.
if F.F.U.K is able to drop a garrison on that side of the point and they can get something going south side, they can pincer this real nice. And this would be interesting. But look, you still have these blueberries north of Charlie that are sweeping almost to the back line. And they're going to do that. I mean, it's free real estate.
There is still one garrison, and to note, on the Allies side for the 20th and Easy group in E3, right along the river. No, they haven't found it yet, but yep, and you can. And there you go. You can hear it from Brewmaster on the Easy squad calling it out. They have a little bit of a canary mark to find out that there's now an attack coming along the top side.
It's not hot anymore. but
Their
they're still
guy
coming.
came again within 10 to 15 meters of that garrison and didn't take it out. I mean, he just didn't see it. If they take out that garrison, they've got complete control north side. I mean, they have complete control. So it'll be interesting to see what F.F.U.K's decision is going to be here now that we're getting into the crunch time. You know, they've played distributed. They've played distributed really, really well. But they're going to have to start coalescing on the strong point because I can tell you right now, 20th and Easy are going to sit on that thing until they win. That looks like their strategy. They're going for a complete turtle right here. I should say, hopefully they will win, not until they win, but from their mind, until they win.
Well, all the squad leaders on F.F.U.K, the Axis side, have fallen and are now kind of redeploying back from those base spawns. Baker is up on flak pits. They do need to get one closer garrison. They still haven't put up a middle garrison from their original strategy.
Into the flank of flak pits. Is anyone,
Can I get a
you
time
guys
check
ready to do
from
like
the
a hit
refs?
at the front?
Yeah.
Just under 8 minutes.
Okay. At 5 minutes,
remaining.
give them a heads up. At 5 minutes, give them a heads up. Just give them a 5-minute warning.
Copy that.
Could still see a big sweeping arc coming down from the FFUK players on the Axis side, still kind of sweeping down, not running into anything. I'm wondering how that information's being relayed back.
It's a very methodical approach. They really aren't running. They're taking their time. They're clearly trying not to get killed. They're really trying to make sure that they're not going to get whacked here. But they do need to get in there. That trench line position behind flak pits is huge. And if FFUK can clear that, they're going to take this point.
Stainless, we're coming in from the back and the side.
And they've got 3 guys
Roger that.
closing in on it. 20th and Easy got to be careful. They have a very
Getting pinched in, yep.
getting pinched here. And
Baker is just spawned out of the ally side, Easy 20thPzg, and is starting to come along that northern top. I guess he's trying to do a little scouting mission to see what truly is going on there. Meanwhile,
if FFUK takes this if they take all of these guys from all these different directions and close in on the point, they're gonna take it.
you can definitely see the 3 just behind the point out west of flak pits that could clamp down and kind of pinch him in. At the same time, they've got that eastern force still just working out of that outpost. They did set up their middle garrison in their base positioning that they had earlier on. At the same time, Easy still has their base spawn just south of flak pits that has been very crucial for getting reinforcements back into flak pits.
Spawn on the road is their lifeline right now. I mean, that's it. They lose that spawn, and they're not going to have a good time getting back to this point. And I'm surprised that they haven't taken this time to go back and build a garrison.
You can hear it now, and here I think is about when we're about to see the flip here.
I mean, you have a crazy good pinch coming in from multiple sides from FFUK. They are closing in on this point.
Really good surrounding box.
This is very, very good from FFUK. They are clearly going to just choke out the point here. And they are getting capture progress. Oh boy. Ooh. Easy.
Probably to see one mass redeploy out of that garrison. They still have the outpost to Abel and Charlie. Charlie has their outpost in the strong point itself.
I mean, we are seeing Baker from 20th and Easy coming down.
FFUK has now kind of put themselves into a middle push straight into flak pits. There's a little bit more breaching on the edges from Easy and 20th on the allies up north.
Okay, so this push from FFUK is kind of...
We might see the garrison get wiped here.
Oh boy, okay, I mean, this is a good
FFUK is right above it, right next to it.
Oh, he's right there. He's
Guys, I
right
got
there.
infantry and
If he
dog
just
out.
goes north, oh my.
Oh, if he just gets that, it's. Oh boy.
Ran right past it. It's gone.
There. Okay. Okay.
So the main garrison has been lost for the Allies side.
Lost
You've
Southern
got.
Gary.
Oh, and
Everybody on the
Able
flank
just lost their
smoking
outpost
out now.
south
Everybody.
on
Storm the
on
flank
Easy
now.
PZG. They just lost their OP behind them. Okay, so right now Easy PZG is sitting on one outpost on the point with supplies. They could get a garrison up, and they've got a garrison north in E3 and an OP in F3, and that's it. And
Got enemies
if
in the
they
trench line.
lose this outpost on Flak Pits, there is nothing stopping F.F.U.K.
That's what, 50 meters where Charlie was? Oh goodness gracious. Yeah, definitely need to get a garrison set up for this last couple minutes.
If F.F.U.K. right now were to coalesce into that one garrison up right down the road from Flak Pits and all push into the point, they would get it. If they took a full 18-man approach to the point here, they would wipe it. They are very, very weak on the point right now because they wiped that garrison.
Assault third out of garrison if you can. We lost the other one.
They are starting
Yeah,
to get bodies
guys.
back in, but there is no garrison there, so it's limited. You're seeing
Copy,
Able now
back up
from
here to the
20th and Easy coming back in from the safe spawn, back towards Flak Pits on the backside. Time check.
Hair under 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh boy, we are maybe setting up for overtime here. This could be our first OT match of the tournament. We'll see.
First OT match. Let's get it on. Still Charlie sitting around a box of supplies there around Flak Pits,
Oh,
but
this-
FFUK coming in for the swarm. Free
they're
fire
coming in
attack.
hard. Oh, they've got like 12
Sprinting
guys
into
right
the
now on
point.
Oh, this is a great push from FFUK.
Wow.
This is high quality. They are actually on. See, look at that.
Collapsed in.
They have collapsed in on the point, and they are getting it. And you know, Easy PZG has got to be careful here. How much we got? What we got? Over 3 minutes left still? Under 3?
Under 3.
Ooh, I mean, if they actually got the cap here, that's it. There's no chance for them to recapture if they get it. They actually will cap with like 30 seconds left in the match, and that'll be GG.
Wow.
So they got to be careful here.
That was a marvelous play.
was
Yeah,
great.
we're looking at a really kind of last dire push out of E4 Garrison that the Allies have put down there. They do
20th
have two outposts.
20th and Easy need to get every single person from their team running to Flak Pits right now. Everybody. Every single person needs to be going on Flak Pits. Their entire team is sitting on it from FFUK. If they do not clear that point, they're going to lose it. That, like,
There's supplies
the
at the point, you can
concentration
get
is so
garrison
high
inside.
that it
I know
doesn't even
it's
matter.
greedy to hell, but try.
I mean, they've got 8 to 10 guys just on the strong point itself. Now, I will say, FFUK has actually lost. Oh boy, FFUK has lost all spawns except for one where they lose. If they lose these spawns, that's probably it. Unless they can stay alive. Oh
Everyone
boy,
can.
this is gonna be tight.
Having jumping
Every
over there.
spawn
guys.
This is
There's
gonna be
gears
tight.
on the road there.
Okay, same. I have to go all the way back.
I mean, somehow FFUK has lost all their spawns. I
Oh,
didn't
it
even
wouldn't-
see how
what
that
the fuck
happened.
is-
They do have supplies on the point. If they can get a garrison up and protect it. Oh my goodness. This is a tight one. I mean, Easy PZG's got to go in there and wipe the point. They have to go right now. If they do not, they've got to kill everything on
Smoke,
that.
nades, everything you got is going to be right at this moment.
Just get so many kills in the next 10 seconds where they're in a bad position. Do not call the match if they cap it. We'll let it go to time. Do not call the match. Just let
Yeah,
it
we
go.
have less than a minute.
Oh my gosh, look at, and they just put an outpost on the backside. It's everything is in the bubble right now. FFUK of the Axis is in the bubble. Wiped.
And
Everything
there
has
it
just
is.
been
What does
wiped.
that mean now?
There it is. That is game. What a play by
What a match.
FFUK at the
What a
end.
match.
What a match.
Referee.
30 seconds.
Wow. Wow. That was, in all
That was
honesty,
well up though, yeah.
that was a desperation
Well,
play
last-
by
last
FFUK
30
at the end,
seconds,
and they
go on,
got
do
it. That is crazy.
Alright, well, it was a pleasure to play the
And they
first proper one.
and they don't. They're gonna hand
Thanks, guys. You lot-
20th
you
and
lot did
Easy
great.
a regulation loss in that match. That is crazy. That looked like for certainty overtime, and they actually just did it
Thank you.
right out from underneath them
Thank
and
you,
got the
everybody.
W.
Tell all your squad mates thank
Wow.
you. This is great.
And that's the match.
What a game!
I
What a
think-
game.
I think we
What
got
a game!
Just about right. I don't know how.
Now
they had
that
such
is what
a-
I'm talking about. When we created this format, I could not have even imagined a match that tight. And look at how good that was. I mean, that match really had it all, to be honest with you. It had people missing spawns, a wide, two completely just equal plans off the top.
GG, guys. We almost had
I mean,
that.
just
Thanks,
everything.
dude.
That
Thanks
match
for
had it
organising that.
all.
Yeah.
It did. It really did. It was a real thriller of a match, just to kind of see how both teams were matching up for the first 17 minutes. It was just
17
tit for
minutes.
tat. Just everybody on one side was stacked evenly on the other side, and you just saw that brawl of attrition just right down the middle of the whole game. Not a heavy focus in the strong point, and then F.F.U.K comes in last 5 minutes, collapses into the strong point, gets the dub. What a game, what a match. Thanks for watching the stream. We'll be doing more of these into the future.
Admin anywhere? Anybody?
Phenomenal
Admin?
match. Thanks for joining us, everybody. What a game.
I myself am DigiShadow. The other co-host was Abinas, and this was the 2020 International Cup as hosted by the HLLTC, the training camp. Thank you for watching.